guys, so today I am recording my second vlog. As you can see, the lighting is a little better today. So I wanted to talk about my childhood today. I wanted to share a few stories in my childhood that you can say led me to this path in my life. So I was born in Chandigarh, Punjab, India, and I was quite a small child. So I was born at 11 months, which is weird. And when my mom was pregnant with me, my heartbeat stopped at around 5 months, if I'm not wrong. And my heartbeat came back after a few weeks. The doctor asked my mom to abort me, but she didn't, because she had a feeling, because she's the mom, so she had a feeling that my child is alive, and she did not want to abort. And my heartbeat came back after the next at the next checkup that she had. At that time they said that there were twins, but then as I was developing more and more, the twin vanished, so there was only me then. And then when I was born, I also had a dead twin with me, I guess you can call it that. So I was born at 11 months, which is weird, and I haven't heard of anybody else who was born at 11 months. Even at 11 months, I wasn't being born. My mom's labor pains weren't starting. It was induced artificially. The labor pain was induced artificially, even at 11 months. And when I was born, I was a quite small baby. I was a very small baby, just like a premature one. And even while growing up, I have been very, very small. And I still remember when I went to my school, the first day at school, I was very small in front of all the other children, which I found weird. I thought everybody's like me, but I was very small. So I became the center point of attention, and people usually bullied me because they thought that I was quite different from everybody. I was different looks wise because I was small, but I was also different otherwise because I was very, very quiet, shy and reserved, and I never talked to anybody. I never did anything. I just sat in my class like this. Never did anything, never spoke anything, and I even didn't I never completed my homework, and I was not a very good student at that time. And I had a very, very you can say some kind of an inferiority complex ever since I was born. And even as a child, I never caused any kind of trouble to my mom. I never cried in public like other children do, and I was a very, you can say, controlled child forever. So, but when I was in school, I had a friend. So I want to talk about my friend today, not my whole childhood. I want to cover my childhood in more videos, but I want to talk about my friend today. So I used to have a friend when I joined my school, my school, which I was in until the last standard, which is the 12th standard in India. So I had a friend when I joined in the second standard, and she was the only one who didn't bully me. Everybody else in my class bullied me, especially all the girls. So none of the boys bullied me, but all the girls. They were around 14 to 15 girls, and all of them bullied me except one, who was my friend. And she was different from other people. She was always helping me with my homework and everything. And she was very kind and everything. Watching me getting bullied by others, she started helping me. Now as she was helping me, she was also helping me with my homework. And she not only helped me get out of that bullying situation, but she also helped me gain the confidence to do it myself every time. So she used to lecture me like, Rio, you have to go and complain about this to the teacher. You have to go to the class teacher. And I was terrified because speaking to a teacher, I had never done that before, and it was something big. Now, again, I have talked about this before also, that the abuse of power and hierarchy is like ingrained into us as children, starting from school, starting from kindergarten. So you are very much afraid of anybody above you, including your teachers, seniors, etc., etc. I was very much afraid of speaking to my teachers, and but she infused certain kind of confidence in me by talking to me, by encouraging me to go up to the teacher and complain about the bullying. So I said, okay, I will go and complain. So next morning, I muster up the courage, and I'm like, okay, now when the teacher will come, I will complain about my all those bullies. So I went up to him, and I complained about all of them to him. To my surprise, he was quite angry. He was very angry that this was happening, and he called all those girls to the front of the class, and he made them apologize to me. Each one of those girls apologized to me, and then he made them stand in the class, at the side of the class towards the windows, with their hands up for the whole day. Yeah, those kinds of punishments used to be the norm at that time. So he made them stand, all of them, near the window with their hands up for the whole day. But of course, nobody can stand up with their hands up the whole day. So they were made to put their hands down after one period, but they had to stand there for the whole day. So they were standing there for the whole day, and and every teacher that would come in the class would ask, why are you all standing there? And all the students will tell the teacher, they got a punishment for bullying her. So all of them got the punishment, but I was feeling very, very bad inside. I didn't want them to stand there for the whole day. I felt very bad at them standing there the whole day. So, but that was the teacher's orders. So after around midday, the teacher came back into the class and asked them to go to their seats and not stand anymore, and not to bully me anymore. So they were like, okay. But it didn't stop there. They never stopped bullying me even until 10th standard. So but the intensity decreased, and the bullying turned into sarcasmic bullying. I don't know if that's a word or thing, sarcasmic bullying, and they never bullied me directly, but indirectly they still continued. So bullies will always be bullies. But anyway, so my friend there, I would name her A. So she was there, and she saw all this, and she really encouraged me. She really appreciated that I went and spoke for myself and all that. And then she started helping me step by step with everything, by helping me with the homework. So I started standing first in the first 3 positions in the class, and I started studying quite well. And then my friend and I were preparing for an Olympiad, and that we had to go together. So we wanted to get that scholarship. So we studied together and all that. But when the time of exams came, she vanished. She just vanished, she stopped coming to school. So I started finding out where she went, and I started asking people around me. I asked so many people, teachers, everyone, but nobody knew where she went. And I got her phone number from somebody. That was not a time of mobile phones. Even a few people had landline phones. So she had one, but I didn't have a number. So I got it from somebody, and I called her, and nobody answered. And then I got her house address from someone, and I went to her house, and it was locked. So I was quite shattered. She was my only only friend, and she was my first friend in my life who was actually, you know, who I actually wanted to be with. And I had a friend before as well in my previous school, but she was okay, she was nice. But then this was the first friend who was actually helping me with myself, you know. She was helping me gain myself back in a way. I never found out, and I became very sad, you know. I was very sad that I couldn't find her anywhere, and she just vanished without a word. She didn't tell me that she's going away, she's leaving the school and stuff like that. And then when I went for exam, just imagine what happened that day. I was sitting at my desk there, you know, according to the roll numbers, we got our desks, and I was sitting at my desk, and there comes she. Remember, we had to take the exam together, but what are the chances that her seat would be exactly opposite to mine? So she comes and she sees me and she sits opposite to me, and I'm like, dude, what? You know, where have you been? And we weren't allowed to talk at that point, and she said, you know, I'll talk later on. I said, okay. So we completed our exam and walked back out together, and I got a hold of her and I said, where were you? You know, you just vanished off the earth, you know, without a trace, and you didn't tell me, and you didn't give me a phone number, no address, no information, and you just vanished. And then she introduced me to her mom and her brothers. So she had 3 or 4 brothers, and I never knew that. I never knew she had so many brothers, and they were very much older than her. And then she said that, you know, she had to go, something happened, she couldn't tell me what, and she just had to leave. And then she said that she would call me, and I gave her my number, and she didn't have a phone number at that point because they were moving. And from that point, I knew that somewhere in my mind, somewhere in my heart, I knew that this is the last time again we are meeting, and we wouldn't meet again. And that's what happened. You know, I never met her again, and I never understood why she didn't call me. You know, I thought she would call me once she gets settled down in her new place, and I never got to know again where she went. And even as an adult, I tried looking for her on Facebook, on different social media platforms, but I never ever found where she is. In fact, I found some other people from my school from very old times, but I never found her. She was never in anybody else's friends list or anything. Basically, she isn't on social media, and so that was very hard on me. And I still remember her because she was the first human that actually understood me and actually tried to help me. And I feel like she was some kind of an angel, and she didn't have to stay in my life for long, and her work in my life was over. So she was only sent to my life to just, you know, give me that push that was required to help me get up and get going. And because I never stopped after that, I had been very good in my studies and everything. And I struggled with confidence and my shyness and introvert nature all my life. And basically, I just came to know that I also have Asperger's syndrome. So that was a big part of the whole being shy and not being able to speak and not being able to interact with people and everything in a very abnormal way. Not in a normal shy introvert way, but in a very abnormal way, you know. And I was basically mute for most of my life. Mute, you know, you can say that. So yeah, so I just wanted to talk about her today. And if she is anywhere in the universe, I don't know where she is. And if you happen to watch this video, I'm talking to you. If you watch this video, please contact me. Yeah, So that is all. I will talk about the rest of my childhood. I basically had very weird experiences, paranormal experiences during whole of my childhood, and I want to share all of them with you so that someone like me out there doesn't feel alone. I felt alone in my experiences because there was nobody who could understand them, who could tell me what they are. So if you also have these experiences, I'm sharing this with you so that you can know what those are and what to do about it. If you experienced it in the past or if you are experiencing them now. And I want you to know that you are not alone. It is human nature to be in touch with our paranormal, so-called paranormal side. It is not paranormal, it is actually normal, but we classify it as paranormal so that it is more unbelievable. But that is not true. These things happen every single day with a lot of people around the world. And these things are very common, especially with children. And I'm sure 80% of you would recall some kind of incident during your childhood that was so-called paranormal and nobody explained it to you. It might have continued, it might have not continued, but at some point of time, all of us have had those experiences, and I still have them as an adult, so I cannot deny them. And no, it's not schizophrenia, because if there is somebody else sitting with me, he or she is also having that same experience with me without me telling them. So yeah, it's not schizophrenia, okay? Don't give me that. I've already spent my life ticking those check boxes away. So no, if you maintain your vibration at a higher level, you will only and only come in touch with the most positive and high energies, higher beings, angels, deities. Alright, so that is all. And I would continue in the next video about my childhood. If you like this video, you can just hit like or don't, whatever. You can subscribe to my channel if you want to listen to more of my experiences. I will be sharing a lot of my life, and I will be sharing a lot about spiritual advancement, Reiki, past lives, past life regression. So if you want to know all of that, subscribe to my channel, and I will try to post at least twice or thrice in a month. Alright, thank you, and I will see you in the next video.